Studies say that maximally a person can only focus for 4 hours, especially if he's learning new concepts. This is how exactly the schedule of school is made in order to accommodate the 4 hours that a human being can't function if he exceeded. The core issue is that when it's new, your only limit is 4 hours. But if it's something you already know, concepts that you've already studied or learned about, especially when we compare between learning and playing video games, for example. Playing video games, you can easily do it for 12 hours. I can easily do it daily for 12 hours because it's the same problems, but the repetition is different. But in terms of new information, in terms of school, in terms of university, in terms of sometimes work with new sets of problems, the problem arises here is that you can only function for 4 hours straight and you have to take breaks between them. So the main culprit here is new information and information you already know. Let's take a new job, for example, that you are working in a hotel as a receptionist later at night. The problem emerges here is that for the first 2 weeks, you're going to spend your time learning. They're going to be heavy. You're going to learn about all sorts of problems that the customers have been facing. You need to accommodate every customer and their needs and their problems, and you need to learn the system. You need to learn how to reserve rooms for customers. You need to learn how to work with customers who already reserved their rooms before they come through booking or any other application. At the start, your first month is going to be horrendous. It's going to be tedious. And you need to give it time until all these problems becomes normal. You're used to it. Now you're accustomed to it. Now you know the procedure to every problem. You don't have to ask your manager or your boss. You don't need to ask your coworkers what to do with this and that. Everything becomes normal now. Here lies the thin line between self-care and weakness. If it's something new, you can't force yourself to do it for so much time. If it's something you're getting used to, the 4-hour rule applies also. The thin line between weakness and self-care is 75% of your energy expenditure per day. Once you exceed 75 of energy expenditure per day, your next day becomes harder. It becomes more, it has more weight to it. Now you can't function like this for a long time. Your total work and daily expenditure should not exceed 75% in order to accommodate the next day and also to accommodate your own mental health and emotional well-being. But 75% is already enough to meaningfully do some work and also move forward. In my own situation, I work from 9 to 5. I regularly leave from 8 and return home at 6. I relax, eat, and then take a shower. I push myself to only do 1 hour per day, creative art and work. Only 1 hour a day. This is what I can manage. This is what won't hurt me in the long term. I push it to 2 hours if work was easy. Weekends is where I give myself 1 day off. I can do whatever I want, no obligation. And 1 day is where I focus completely on art, and the other half of that day, of the art day, is where I focus on obligations. I hope you understand that sometimes we compare between work and play. Play is something you're used to. It has problems, but the problems that you're facing are problems that you enjoy solving. Meanwhile, work is tedious because it's new, it's different, you're gonna learn, you have to manage with each and every new problem. And this is where I like to shift my own perspective from considering from considering work as work, but to try and see that sometimes work is play, especially here in YouTube, in drawing, and now in working. Especially if you're into something that you can actually enjoy, like engineering also. All these things, they all have their, you can enjoy them even if they were harsh.